Hello everyone, hope you all are fine. We are on chapter number 5th, the fundamental unit of life. Just quick recap of what we have done earlier. We started with basic definition of cell, then we have studied timeline discovery of cell, the difference between compound microscope and electron microscope, then how shapes of cell are related to the function they perform. And as you know, there are three basic unit of cell or three basic part of cell: plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. We have gone through plasma membrane, and as you know, it is a selective membrane and it performs process of diffusion and osmosis. So this part, plasma membrane part, we have already done. Now in this video I am going to discuss about nucleus. Now nucleus, mainly it has four parts: nucleus membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, chromosomes and chromatin. Now first about nucleus, then about its parts. Now the nucleus, it contains all the genetic information. That means whatever characteristic you are getting from your parents are inside nucleus, are contained inside nucleus, and it is contained in chromatin, that is which contains single DNA molecule, and this chromatin when condensed it forms chromosomes, and this chromosome contains the genetic information that is passed from one generation to next, that is from parent to offspring. As you know, for growth cell division is important, and for cell division of nucleus is also very important. So that also help in, because that only determine proper functioning of cells. So mainly nucleus, it contain all the genetic information. In chromatin, what is chromatin, that we are going to see next. Then it takes part in transmission of genetic information from parent cell to its daughter cell from first generation to next. Division of nucleus is very important, and then ribosomes, which are protein factories, very important one, help in growth of cells, growth of your body. They are formed inside the nucleus. Now if you see structure of nucleus, this is the cell nucleus, the outermost nuclear membrane, the nuclear envelope and nuclear pore. These three help in entry and exit of material in and out of nucleoplasm and cytoplasm, that is in and out of cell. Now inside nucleus what you have is nucleoplasm, which is same like cytoplasm, jelly like structure. In between, if you see middle of the nucleus, you have nucleolus and ribosomes are formed here. And the thread-like of structure, they are known as chromatin, and this chromatin, they contain single DNA molecules. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and it contains all genes. And this chromatin, when it contains, what it forms is this type of structure, which is nothing but chromosomes. So your nuclear membrane is, now here the topic I have written, it is ultrastructure. Ultrastructure means this is structure you cannot see using compound microscope. You need powerful microscope like electron microscope to see this structure. That's why it is known as ultrastructure. Now nuclear membrane is doubly layered permeable membrane which allow transfer of material from inside the nucleus to outside. Nucleoplasm, it is extremely thick liquid like cytoplasm that helps in all the reactions that takes place in nucleus. Nucleolus, as I showed you, it is a round shaped structure, densely stained. That what you see under microscope, if you see under microscope, it look like a densely stained structure. And here RNA are formed. Chromatin is a thread-like structure comprised of big molecules of DNA, and then chromatin, it condenses to form chromosomes. Chromosomes is a, as you have seen, it is little bit a rod-like structure. It passes all genetic information from one generation to next. Now depending on presence and absence of nuclear membrane, you can further divide cell in two types. Okay, how you are dividing this cell? depending on presence and absence of nuclear membrane. That means in some cells there no nuclear membrane is present. This type of cells where there is no nuclear membrane, that is nucleus is not that much defined, they are known as prokaryotic cell. And those where nuclear membrane is present, they are known as eukaryotic cell. And here I have shown you difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic, and in between is the similarity. Now the first thing, size difference. Prokaryotic are small in size, whereas eukaryotic are bigger in size. Example of prokaryotic is some bacteria, whereas we all, plants, animals, we all are eukaryotic cells. The cell in our body are eukaryotic in nature. They have distinct nucleus. Because in prokaryotic there are no nuclear membranes, so no nucleus. It is not, you cannot very well distinguish it. So lacking many membrane bound organelles, they are very small and they reproduce through fission, budding, fragmentation and regeneration. This we have studied in 8th class. A eukaryotic cell, generally plants and animals are eukaryotic cells. They have distinct nucleus and it contains membrane bound organelles. That means organelles that are inside the membranes. Then much larger, as you can see the size, and the reproduction is by cell division. Mitosis and meiosis are the type of cell division that you will study later on. Similarity, both of them contain DNA, they have ribosomes, they have plasma membrane. This much is for today. For today's topic, assignment I have given in separate file. Please do that assignment, and if you have any doubt, feel free to contact. Thank you very much.